Greetings, Earthbound Travelers. Welcome to tonight's episode of Will of the Dice presents Sins of Blood. I am Tyr the DM, the world's okayest DM, and I will be guiding you through this cacophony of clusterfuckery. Before we get started, we do have some announcements and introductions to make. First and foremost, we are for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Secondly, we are in no way, shape, form affiliated or associated with any TTRPG creators, manufacturers, or publishers. We're just a group of friends come together to play our game and share our game with you. That being said, we will kick it over to Locke. Dice Locke.
Hi gamers, I'm Locke Clark, and I'm here to talk to you tonight about our partners in this endeavor, Level Up Dice, fine purveyors of luxury dice for all your sexy dice needs. Now, as I told you last week, the spooky dice are in the store, and I'm not going to stop telling you that until they're sold out, so you should go check those out because they're really cool. But tonight we're going to talk about another set of obsidian dice that are also really cool. Now, these are not snowflake obsidian. That is a different rock. These are just regular obsidian, but they have a snowflake glyphic pattern on them done in iodized gold. And they are very striking looking. You should really go check these out. They are gold with a shimmer effect when the light hits them because they are ionized. And they are awesome looking. And to check them out, you're going to go through our link because it makes us look good and you want us to look good. And that link is https://bit.ly/L, willofthedice.com. Sorry. bit.ly/LUD, will of the dice, all one word. That's the part I was looking for, the all one word part. Go check those out. Also, we would like to thank the musicians who provide music for tonight's show. Those musicians are Michael Gelfi. They are Kevin MacLeod. They are Dwergar. And they are Patrick Taylor, our very own Peculiar Patrick.
Thanks, Pants. You'll always be Pants to me forever.
Greetings, gamers. Raph the Man here to talk to you about our Patreon. Our Patreon is rolling with new content coming out before it hits the Spotifys and the YouTubes. Come check out After the Rolls, where we talk about why we are so concerned about the puppy love and unicorn that Tyr promises us that somehow gets transmuted into fuckery. I don't know how that happens, but check us out. Sign to our Patreon. Support our channel. It helps us bring more content to you.
Also, I want to remind everyone we are giving away a set of dice tonight, provided by Red Panda Dice and Delights. Big shout out to Siri Cat, the purveyor of such. If you've already won, you are not eligible to win again. I'm sorry. But got 3 sets left to give away. You could be the lucky winner. I believe that's all for our announcements. Let's do introductions.
Again, greetings, gamers. I am Raph the Mad, he, him, and I'll be playing the voice of Sarek the Blade, who also he, him, the 6'9" tall dragonborn, bronze skin with pearlescent horns, and apparently a former pit fighter out of Port Bloodgut. We're off to the swamp to see what goes on next. So wish us luck.
Where can I find you, Ref?
Oh, yes. You can find me at BLKDragon13000 on Twitter.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ren Matley, and tonight I'm going to be playing Nan. You'll also hear me as the voice of Esmina, her mysterious sidekick? Question mark? Nan stands about 5 foot even with mousy brown hair and plain brown eyes and appears elven. Tends to wear plain, poorly fitting clothing and does her best to try to convince everybody she is really nothing special. She's just a cartographer, and she's not really sure why she's getting dragged along with these weirdos. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Madley. Oh, I forgot my pronouns. So sorry about that. I'm a little out of rhythm. My pronouns are she, her, and Nan's are she, they.
Hi gamers, I'm still Locke Clark, and tonight I'll be playing Lazarian, also known as Laz. Laz is 5'5", is vaguely half-elven in appearance with very, very pale skin, mismatched eyes, scars that on closer inspection are some sort of script in white, traversing most of their body. And they woke up with a bad case of amnesia. They don't remember much about what happened to them before waking up in Keep Gregorian, and now they are on an adventure into the swamp with these weirdos. I am a he, him, and Laz is a they, them, and you can find me and them, because I am them, on the Book of Faces and the Twitter pages at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Patrick, the voice of Dreft Vitakin, and a member of the Ahim Grimoire Exchange Program. Dreft Vitakin is a slender, pale elf dressed in simple black clothes. Originally went to Cape Gregorian to find a box, and now finding out that that box belonged to another group, we're going to go get this box, and he's going to give it to his mistress, hopefully. And you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick. My pronouns are he, him, or he, they. Pardon me. Dress pronouns are he, they, him.
Hi there, this is Ames, and I'm playing Brecky. Brecky is a 5-foot tall, looks like an elf. She's got lavender pearl skin, indigo hair with 2 acid green streaks at the temples, and matching eyes. She is currently wearing the Robe of Eyes, which is a multicolored patchwork-looking robe that is covered in all kinds of eyes that look like they're always watching you. Her pronouns are she, her. I am also she, her, and you can find me on Twitter at LollyGFIFO.
And as I said at the beginning, I'm Tier the DM, he, him. And you can find me at Twitter at Tier_the_DM. As always, our safe word for tonight is porcelain. And do we have any last requests before we get started?
Not the face.
Always the face.
Come on.
When last we left our motley crew of would-be heroes, they had been teleported to the coast of Morton's Deep outside Port Bloodgut. There they had performed some light shopping, had a good meal at Eat Here, the halfling-run dining establishment. They had hired an elf, or an individual, I never disclosed what he was, by the name of Jacques, to guide them into the swamp of Morning Solace. Upon their large lizards, they did begin to transverse the nameless grasslands, seeing the wall of trees that denote the beginning of the swamp, smelling the wretched, peaty scent of death and decay, of stale water. This is where our story continues, and this is where we determine, have you been forsaken to the will of the dice? The sun is high in the sky. It is a little past noon as the lizards make their way along slowly, following the well-worn path in the tall grass, the sweet scent of jasmine and lavender dancing to your nostrils as the tall grass sways in the breeze. The heat begins to become more intense, as does the humidity, as you grow closer to this wall of trees. Very unusual looking, as they look intentionally planted as a barrier. Maybe it's to keep things from the swamp in. Maybe it's to keep people from outside the swamp out. One will never know. As you are traveling, a raven will descend from the sky, circling the party and landing on your saddle, Drift.
Oh, hello there.
It will drop a small piece of parchment.
Take the parchment.
It simply says, "This is a page. Which you would know to be a piece of scroll that you can write on, and the words will appear on its mate, and vice versa. It's a page's page.
I like it. I like it. Dreft will kind of stuff it into his coat pocket, into the inside of his coat pocket.
Receiving gifts from random ravens again, dear Draft.
Oh, you know that when you give a gift to a raven and then you keep feeding it, sometimes they like to bring gifts to you, and this is one of those gifts.
Yes, I remember the last raven we dealt with, though. How'd that turn out?
I only half remember.
Uh-huh. And he'll keep on riding.
I always thought ravens were cute.
This one is very cute, and he'll take a little like piece of dried meat out from his pack from one of his rations and give it to the raven.
It will take it and fly off. The vegetation will begin to lessen. The decay of the swamp becoming more prevalent in the surrounding areas as you come closer to the trees. Jacques will stop the procession for a moment, stroking their chin as they're looking around. Something's not quite right.
What do you
What?
mean?
The swamp's silent. Swamp's never silent.
Sarek will loosen his blade and say, "That's not good. Shall we continue? Maybe get out of this area."
Well, I think the best way to get out of it is go back.
And
Not
we're
an option.
already moving forward. Moving backward is not an option.
But he said things aren't right. If things aren't right, we shouldn't go in there.
If things aren't right, maybe perhaps we should go left then.
I call forth my sword. We are meant to better ourselves by facing adversity. We should move, but move quickly, lest whatever is silencing the wildlife thinks we are food. And with that, Laz spurs their lizard forward.
My mom
I'll wait
always
for
said-
Jacques to move.
My mom always said the best thing to do is keep yourself out of trouble.
Your mom sounds like a very smart and very safe and very ultimately boring lady.
Exactly.
And now you are an adventurer wanting a boring life. I've seen it all. And then Drift will keep going with his lizard.
I think you missed it. I'm not an adventurer, and I never wanted to be an adventurer. I like making maps and keeping to myself. That's all I ever wanted. Boring people live way longer than exciting people.
Yes, but their lives are boring.
But they're alive.
What good is a life if you don't live it?
I was living it. I love making maps.
They say
Well,
that
let's get moving. I want to make the island by nightfall. Passing the threshold of the trees, it is an instant change of scenery. Dead, gnarly branches blocking out most of the sun. The ground beneath a muddy slosh, sometimes thick, heavy water, sometimes just thick, dragging you down mud. Those of you that pay attention will notice that the lizards you are walking on top of the water. Slowly you will travel. I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Don't fuck me, Ustad.
All right, Rika,
16.
Dreft,
A 15.
Laz,
17.
Nan,
17.
and Sarek.
21.
Y'all will hear drums, rhythmic. Doom, 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 doom. They are faint, but they are there. Jacques will shake his head. Looks like the tribe's at it again. Come on, we better speed up.
What tribe would that be?
I don't know if they've got a name. We just call them the tribe. They're a bunch of swamp dwellers. Creepy as fuck. Try to stay away from them.
Lead on, then.
Yeah. Let's go.
You will continue traveling deeper into the swamp, the lighting becoming even dimmer to where it is truly a dim light setting. The stench of the swamp penetrating your nostrils, clinging to your clothing and your possessions. The squishing of the lizards intermingling with the sounds of the drums as they grow fainter and fainter. You will come to an island. It is 20 by 20. There is enough room to hitch the lizards and set up a small camp. You will see on this island it is thick, short grass, plush, almost like carpet, with flowers growing with large purple bulbs hanging from them.
I've taken a sudden wariness to fauna for some reason. I'm not sure. Say, Jacques, what are these purple flowers?
Oh, those are gogo bushes.
They are what, and what do they do?
Well, here, let me show you. And he will toss one of the purple bulbs to you.
I guess he's going to catch it out of reflex.
All right, give me a dex check, see if you catch it.
I got a nat 20. I'm rolling too well to start off this game.
All right, so you do catch it. As you catch it, it bursts in your hand, a load of silvery pollen dancing all over you. Please give me an intelligence saving throw.
I just want to say now I hate you.
I rolled a nat 1 plus 1 for 2.
You now have the inhibitions, the driving goals of a 12-year-old. You are 12 years old.
So no change. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Sarek the change. The player, not so much. Wow. These are fun. He just kind of looks around. So, Draft, you should definitely try these out. These are fun.
No, that's okay. I don't like to do illicit drugs.
Your loss. And he's going to sit back, kick back his bedroll, and just lay out and lounge and look at the trees above him because he can't see the stars.
All right. Jacques will chuckle to himself as he begins starting a fire. The smoke will keep the critters away for a bit.
Ooh, what type of critters?
Oh, well, there's some special things that dwell in this swamp. Large snakes, large gators, cannibals, that sort of thing.
Cannibals? What type of cannibals?
Well, kind of eat you, of course.
Are they dragon?
I'm sorry, I can't keep Jacques' voice tonight, so I'm just going to use my normal one.
Are they dragonborn?
No, I haven't seen them in Dragonborn.
Then how could be cannibals? Because I'm dragonborn, so they'd just be regular meat-eating type things.
Well, we call them cannibals, smartass.
You said 12! Fair enough. And he'll just kick back and wait to see if watches get set or not.
Ref's just journaling and keeping notes, and then he'll take out when he makes sure that no one is looking, he'll take out the piece of page and lay it in the book so that he can write on the page without other people thinking he's writing on the page.
Give me a sleight of hand.
A sleight of hand is +3, plus my wooden die is 15.
That's good enough. you were able to successfully sneak the page into your journal.
He'll then very cheekily write "Hello, Mistress" on the page.
Do you have something to report?
We are in the Swamp of Solace. Does this have a limit to how many words I can write on it?
Whatever you can fit on the paper.
That's what he writes. He literally writes that because
Oh, that's
he
what
knows what it is. But yeah,
you are troubling me with insignificant details. Do you have something important to report?
he pauses. No. Period. I am so
Do
sorry.
not disappoint me.
He'll write, "I know what is at stake. I am sorry for troubling you. I will report when we have the box." Period. And then he'll go back to record keeping.
So while they were traveling, Nan would have been making notes in her little notebook as best she could while trying to stay on the slick back, and making note of where they've been and trying to keep track. So as they're sitting here, she's going to basically be drawing out like a rough map of where they've been and where they are so that she can keep track. Basically as a fail-safe in case they get turned around.
Okay.
Laz comes over and sits down next to Nan.
She's engrossed in what she's doing and probably doesn't even notice.
Laz just watches for a while. There was a path there as well. You missed.
Oh, good lord. He's sneaking up on people.
I did not sneak. I simply walked over and sat down. I've been here for a good 5 minutes at least.
I get a little focused when I'm working.
And that's my fault.
I miss meals sometimes, and one time I got left behind because I was still working on a map and the caravan started moving.
Do you need me to make sure that you notice when there's food and when we're leaving?
I suppose. Thank you.
So,
That reminds me, everyone, one moment, and you can see Dreff starts walking over to everyone and giving them their daily ration as he has bought all of their food and has all of their food. And will then notice that there is writing on your where is the writing at on your face?
on
your
Laz,
Yeah, on your face skin.
like there's probably one along that runs like along the hairline and back over the ear, and it's thin and white, but if you look really close, it is some sort of script, but it's a scar.
Okay.
And when you saw last week, before we left town, Laz took off their shirt. They had them crisscrossing all over their torso and around their arms, and
they just look like scars. I'd have to really look at
it's
to
scars.
see
But if you look close enough, you can see. I mean, if you're within a couple of feet, you can probably notice that they're not normal scars. There's something else about them, and it's a sort of script.
If I could read all writing, it's one of those moments of do I notice that there's just words written on your body that I just hadn't noticed before because now I'm so close to you.
That's I sure.
What's it say?
Because
I can read all writing.
It's all sorts of it's binding. It's putting things together. It's words that mean to set together to become whole. Just repeated over and over again.
That's interesting. I didn't notice that's the first time. But here's your food.
Oh, thank you. Nan, don't forget to eat.
Oh, let me just finish this part of the page.
Okay, yeah. And last time I noticed that there was this weird light above your head, but so this time now that you're here, if you ever need, I bought you 2 weeks worth of food. So if you need food or you get hungry, just let me know.
What? Why would you do that? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of you, but why would you do that?
Oh, yeah, that reminds me as well. Thank you, Drift. And I go into my pack and I pull out healing potions and I hand one to everyone. Case of immersion.
And to answer your question, that is because we're friends, Nan. And they'll go over
We're
and
real.
beat Zarek.
We're really not.
We are all in this together. Can I ask you a personal question?
It depends on the question.
So you and Cupcake are different people?
Esmina.
Oh, Cupcake.
I know she told. I know she told the others her name. Yeah.
Perhaps it was when you were dreaming there.
Yeah, we're different. We're sort of stuck together now, but we are different.
I have a unique perspective on it. Is what's the word? Familiar. I too am stuck together.
You share your body with someone else too?
Yes. I think it's different than you. We are both steering the carriage. We are of one mind, but we are separate. It is. I have both memories, not all of the memories. That's hard to explain.
I think I understand though. Like, she and I know everything that's happened since, but she's got different memories than I do.
I remember 2 lives, bits and pieces of prior to waking up. At first I thought that perhaps it was 2 different instances, but then I remembered myself through the other person. Both ways, when I say that, are correct.
That's
We
a lot.
are the same, but we are different. Sometimes his voice, sometimes mine.
I
Mostly
understand
mine.
that. I understand that.
His voice is like a reflex when I get overwrought. Your entire bearing changed. She is.
I keep telling everyone I'm just a map maker.
Can I tell you a secret?
I'm not going to tell anyone.
Yasmina has an air, a confidence. You are an attractive person. Confident, very attractive. Maybe you should try it as well.
I prefer to just keep my head down.
While this is going on, Sarek, you are staring at the trees. You swear for the briefest of moments you see a giant opossum of multicolored fur skitter across the branches.
Cool.
Would
What he
Brekkie-
wrote a possum is.
I'm sure he would. What's up, Brecky?
Would Brekkie have seen it? 120 foot of dark vision. I can see
Yes.
invisible and okay. The hell was
Dude.
that?
Cool possum, man. You know what we could do with that? Ooh.
Make possum stew?
Jacques will
Oh.
snap his head
Possums are
around. Did you
fun.
say a possum?
Well, yes,
Yes.
a brightly colored, weird-looking possum, though.
He will look up. You've caught her attention.
Caught whose attention?
Why, the druidess.
So who?
Gather round, gather round. Let old Jacques tell you a story.
Brekkie will come close, but Brekkie's going to stand, like, kind of wherever they sit around him, she's going to stand behind because she's watching. Because, yeah, the robe of eyes, 120 feet of dark vision, I can see invisible objects and creatures, and I can even see into the ethereal plane.
Yep.
For the record, I have Devil's Sight, which means that I see in darkness, both magical and non-magical, up to 120 feet, as if it.
Yep.
Oh, hey, above board, Locke, am I the only one catching you cutting out at the end of your sentences?
I catch him on a little bit, a couple times.
Every now and then.
I can adjust my my.
Yeah, you're dropping at the end. It wouldn't be Will of the Dice without Tech Gremlins.
Nope. So, anyways, while he's working that,
As y'all gather around, Jacques will pull out a long stem pipe, pack it with tobacco, and light it, puffing a few times. This wasn't always swamp. This used to be. I'm giving up on trying to do the voice. I'm sorry, everybody. This used to be an elven kingdom, the Emerald. It was the most majestic place in all of Runeth Kesha. But their pride and arrogance got the better of them, and they brought down the wrath of the gods. They were smited, turned into animals. Their kingdom sunk into the murk, and those that were allowed to maintain their elven form were sent to what is now known as the Emerald Forest. The druidess, whose name has been forgotten over time, was set as the protector of the swamp to keep people from trying to find things that are better left unfound. She rides a giant opossum of multicolored, matching the multicolored dreadlocks that grow on her head. They say if you see her, it's good luck. So maybe that is an omen that we'll be okay.
Except for all we saw was her possum.
Well, if her possum's around, she's close by.
That is good to know. If this
Where's she by,
druidess
though?
is so protective of her swamp, we should be mindful to obey the campsite rule. Leave nothing but what we brought.
cool. So, you really think we'll see her?
You never know.
Oh, fair enough.
Y'all are going into the heart of the ruins. You said you wanted to go to the Emerald Well. That's the heart of the ruins of the kingdom.
The Emerald Well? I thought we were going to the Emerald Forest with...
No, going to the swamp to the Emerald Well.
Okay, fair enough.
The Emerald Forest is on Runeth Kesha. I remember talking to the other cartographers about it in Cape Hope. Didn't get to go there, but I remember it being there.
You mean Sharkandor?
Yes, sorry, Sharkandor. Runithkesh is the world, not the continent.
Need to post a map. Anyways, so right, should we set watches since it's time to sleep? Unless we all plan on staying up all night.
9. I will sit the first watch, and then who wants to be the second?
Break
I can
over.
take second.
If
I'll
you
go
both
third.
wish, if you both wish, I can wake you up for that, so that we have 2 people on one watch, and then everybody still only gets 2.
That's fine.
If you don't mind, I prefer to be on the watch closer to dawn.
Yes, I'll take fourth then, or whatever's left.
Yeah, yeah. So then you want to be the one that wakes everyone up? Yeah,
That's fine with me.
yeah. Well, good night, everyone. Have a good sleep.
Draft, give me a perception check as you start your watch.
Perception check. Oh, oh. Sorry, there's a little animation when you roll a 20 on my wooden die. But a 20 plus 4 is a 24 on the perception check.
You will notice that the sound of the drums has stopped, and the swamp is eerily silent.
Dreff will also take this time to write on his page. Mistress, I'm sorry for interrupting you again in your incalculable and most important task that you are doing. I must ask for more information if you can remember it from after your long sleep.
Information for what?
And then he'll write the Druidess of the Emerald City.
This is not known to me.
I am very sorry for interrupting your incalculably, impossibly wonderful, magnificent tasks, and I will not bother you again.
See that you don't.
And then he'll just kind of hang out.
A thick fog will begin rolling in towards the end of your turn at watch, Drift. Settling over the water, the fire seeming to fight it away. It does not touch the land where you're at.
That is very odd. When his watch is complete, he'll wake up. First, he'll wake up Brecky. Dear Brecky.
Yes. Is it time?
It is, but I wanted to just ask you something. It seems that someone thinks that I am Fae, but I have a feeling that I may not be the only one. Is this true?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Obviously, he thought you were the Fae. She's just gonna look at him, raise an eyebrow, and turn away.
We're bound together. That means that you should be truthful with me. I think you should owe me some truth.
And the truth is, I am not sure. That is the truth.
Very well. And then he'll go and wake up Laz. Laz,
Yes.
it's time.
Very well. Get sleep.
Thank you. And he'll go into his trance.
All right. So I need either Brecky or Laz to make actually, both of you make a perception check.
Okay. I'm saying I get advantage if that makes a difference to anybody. 19 plus 6, 25.
I got a 21 blackjack.
The thing that you will notice the most is this fog. It seems to slowly be creeping up on the land. The swamp is silent, but you would swear you saw faces in the fog. There for just a moment before fading, twisted and hellish, tormented expressions.
Is that normal?
No, not that I have seen. This is not normal at all. Kind of strange, actually. It makes me wonder if we're around mushrooms again.
They did not affect me last time. Not like you.
No, you were spared that then.
And yet, I feel as though I missed out a bit.
The fog will roll completely up onto the island, only leaving the area where the fire is untouched. I need Brecky and Laz to please make a Constitution saving throw as you feel drowsiness coming for you. Brecky?
23.
All right. Laz?
11. But magic can't put me to sleep.
It's not magic.
Okay, just checking.
Let me check something on your character sheet right quick. You get advantage on this save.
Oh, that's much better. That is a 25.
You will both be able to fight away the drowsiness that comes. And soon your time at watch will come to an end.
Brecky
The
will...
fog slowly receding. Yes, Brecky?
I was going to say, Brika will go and wake... Raph was the next one in order because Nan was going last. So, she'll come over and gently nudge Sarek.
Yes. Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, it's your watch. There was a weird fog that came in. We briefly saw faces in it, and I didn't get a chance to ask if Lazarian felt the same, but there was a drowsiness that came with it, but I was able to fight it off, so just be on guard.
Fair enough. I appreciate the warning. And he'll stand up and look around.
While Brika was waking Sarek, Laz made sure to restoke the fire and put some fresh wood on it to keep the fire bright before going and sitting back down and crossing their legs and resuming their restful posture.
Yeah, seeing as he got the warning that there might be drowsiness, some sort of drowsiness factor going on, he's going to try and keep his watch moving. Quietly moving around the edge of the camp.
Give me a perception check.
14.
The fog is rescinding. Soon the island is clear as it begins rolling back into the swamp. The rest of the night is uneventful.
He'll continue his watch till it's time to wake Nan. And then he'll quietly shake Nan awake. Nan, dear, it's your turn at watch.
All right then.
Be careful. There was a nasty fog, apparently, and it apparently tried to put our other people to sleep, so be on guard, dear. And don't hesitate to call out if you need help. And then he'll lie down to catch a bit of nap before before it's time to get moving.
Well, trust me, I won't hesitate if I need help. She'll post herself with the fire behind her so she's not blinded by it, and very nervously kind of look around.
Make a perception check.
Alrighty.
Good DM. This would be the end of the 4 hours of my trance, so I think I would also be waking up near probably the middle of her watch.
Okay.
Be a 16 for the perception.
Jacques is gone. The lizards are gone.
Nan's gonna stand up, looking around, like double checking to make sure she's seeing what she thinks she's seeing. Oh, hell. She's gonna go to whoever's closest to her and kind of nudge them with her foot.
That would be Sarek. Draft, as you're coming to, you will see a very noticeably upset Nan waking up Sarek.
I think we have a problem.
What problem is that?
We have a
What
problem.
is it? Yes.
Take a look around. Do you see any large, smelly lizards?
Shit.
Or our ever helpful guide?
What?
When the hell did that happen?
I don't know.
So
I
you gotta
settled in
think
by the
back to his watch. Were they there on his watch?
Don't remember.
Fuck.
Perception wasn't high enough.
What about my watch?
They were there on Brecky's and Laz's watch.
They were there when we took our watch.
We just saw the weird faces in the fog.
Hold on. You saw faces in the fog?
I didn't mention
Tormented
that.
ones.
Yes. That,
Then the fog rolled in close. Tried to make us sleepy. Which is weird, because I don't sleep. Not really.
Asmina, dear. You ever heard of something like this?
What about
You would
you,
not.
Helga?
Helga would not.
Hmm.
She was sleeping. She's cursing now. That's wow. That is evocative and creative. You should write a book or something. Oof. Sorry.
Asmina says she's never heard of something like that either. And that surprises me. She knows a lot more about the natural world than I do.
The natural world, you say? Could you have her check the area to see if they slipped off or were taken? Did they disappear with the fog or did they sneak out?
I'm a decent tracker as well. I'll look.
I don't know if she's any good at tracking. I could ask her. Never had to track something before.
Worth
Tyr,
a
I'm going to
try.
go over to where the lizards were, and I'm going to start look. Actually, I'm going to go first to where Jacques' bedroll was, and I'm going to look for
Okay.
tracks.
Well, his bedroll is there.
Why would he leave his bedroll?
Go ahead and make your investigation for track.
Brecky would like in on that. She's looking as well.
All right.
Is it still dark at this point?
No, it is dawn, so it is dimly lit.
Would there be any benefit from the light from the fire?
Hard to say.
Asmina, I
ahead.
think this is your part of the show. She's gonna let her eyes close, open them. They're solid white, and reach her hand. Asmina's going to reach her hand out and use a control flames cantrip to brighten or to double the area of bright and dim light created by the fire.
Okay.
When you do that, Brika is gonna like go as far out as possible. That she's just gonna be kind of like, those of us that have many eyes, a little bright.
My
Tyr,
apologies.
I got a 17 on that investigation, by the way.
Okay. What'd you get, Rika?
Brika got a 19, but she's also, I was gonna say, specifically using the invisibility to see if there's anything that would be invisible.
You all do not find any tracks.
Then I go over to where the slickbacks were, and I look, see if there's any tracks there.
Okay.
Asmina would also be kind of checking along the banks, seeing if there's any signs of anything.
Give me an investigation check.
And that's a 15.
No tracks.
You said investigation, right? Not
Yes.
survival or nature. Okay.
Nope. Investigation.
Okay.
Brecky's blinded by the light. Hers was a 6, so she doesn't see shit.
Yeah, I only got a 12. This fog, did it affect others?
No.
It made Brika and Laz tired. Tried to put them to sleep.
Yeah, it seems like it was the most active with me and Laz's watch. It came all the way up to the fire.
And when it receded, they were gone?
As far as I could tell, yes.
Do we remember them being there after? Tyr?
It did not recede fully on your watch.
Oh,
Yes, apparently they were gone.
it was still on the island when we ended our watch. Yes.
It might stand to reason then that the fog has taken them. If the guide's things are still here, it does not make sense to think that he left on his own.
Took him and the slickbacks.
Give me a perception check, Ren. You nailed something in your. Let's see if you notice it.
— 17?
Jacques' pack is next to his bedroll.
I do not know a lot about the behavior of mortal beings, but I know from Nan that you tend not to go very far without your equipment, your things.
He said we had garnered her attention. Perhaps she is testing us, taking away our
Or-
guide,
Or
See
she's
if we
upset
can-
with him.
or she favors him and does not favor us.
I would be most concerned with your description from your descriptions of the fog, that it might have been malevolent, and perhaps not something of this druidess.
Yes, what all do we actually know of this swamp other than it's not a nice place to go?
Hey Tyr, would Asmina have any memory of the swamp?
Nope.
I didn't think so, but it was worth asking.
Right. Now what?
Dreft,
Yeah.
Laz says, rolling up the bedroll that was Jacques, and putting it back on Jacques' back. Would you mind putting this in your bag?
Oh, no problem at all. Yeah.
If we come across him and he is hale and healthy, he will want his things back. We should not abandon them here to the swamp. And if he was taken by the fog and something horrendous has happened to him, then we can take our money back when this is done.
Fair point. I wonder if we could charge him for rescuing him. Anyways, again, my question still stands. Now what?
Well, we were heading towards the Emerald Well. We should continue.
Do you know how to get there?
We were headed. Do I know which direction we were headed, Tyr? Before we stopped for the day?
Do you have anything that would automatically give you direction? If not, you're gonna have to roll for it. Yes, Drift?
With my keen mind, I know which way is north, so I would probably be able to know which direction we were heading in, and I've got some cartographer's tools in my bag. Is there any way that while Laz is trying to figure this out, Drift goes over in his head and is able to, since I can accurately recall anything I've seen or heard in the last month, be able to use some form of brain power to figure out which direction we were heading?
Yeah, you were heading north.
So he'll let Laz struggle for a second and then be like, we are going north, Laz.
Oh, then we should continue north. Yes.
Yes.
What a
I do hate to ask a perhaps an obvious question. Did the group not need the slickbacks to travel across the water?
It will make the travel much harder. It will take us longer.
Is there land to travel upon?
I do not
It's-
know.
It's a swamp. Kinda yes, kinda no. So we're to pretty much abandon poor Jacques to his fate then, unless we happen to run across him.
I mean, how do you track fog?
Hmm.
We
Do we wait
track
here
him
for it
the
to
old
come back?
school. We could track him the old school way, and then you'll see Dreff put his hands to his mouth and then call out Jacques' name.
You will see Sarek flinch at the loud noise.
And Laz listens intently after the yell.
You don't hear anything.
That appears to have failed.
My vote is we have to figure out which way we're going and probably move in that direction. To sit here is not going to be good. Sure, we're
Yes.
on dry land, but that also makes us, well, sitting ducks, as they say.
Fair enough. Above board, can someone drop a lightning bolt on Rudolph Molio?
Oh, that's a bad pun.
Oh, yeah. Rocks fall, you die.
For those who are listening at home, Rudolph Movo posted, "It's hard to track FOD. So many missed it." Oh.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
I love a good pun.
Yeah, I do too. I love a good pun. That wasn't one.
Uh-huh. Right, so headed north.
Swamps,
Go ahead.
swamps can be very tricky. The water is sometimes deeper than it appears, or the ground beneath it can be too soft to actually tread.
Well, if you like, I will go first.
Anyone have
Also-
a stick?
It is a pleasure to actually meet you formally, Yasmina.
Thought we had met before.
We met, but I didn't get your name previously until last night when Nan told it to me. I
Ah,
had just been calling you Cupcake.
yes, I was confused, as Cupcake is not my name. My name is Esmina, although Nan sometimes calls me Ezzy.
May I call you Ezzy?
I suppose.
I called you Cupcake because you seem sweet.
What is a cupcake?
It is a confection that one eats. A sweet treat, as it were.
I'm still confused, but thank you.
At this point, I need everyone but Rika to earmuff.
The wrong mouse. The right mouse.
Rika,
Yes.
as you're standing at the edges of the fire, your vision from the cloak showing the swamp around you, you will swear that you see Drow for just a moment, and it's gone.
Can she see anything in the ethereal, or is it
Nope.
nothing ethereal? Just a moment of. She's going to start cursing in Undercommon.
Okay, we
You
bring
can-
everybody back.
Yep. Yeah. So, Rika's just gonna start. All of a sudden, while you guys are talking, she just starts cursing in Undercommon, and very sharply, she's gonna be like, "We just need to go. I understand everybody's reservations, but we need to go."
Very well.
Very well. Yeah, break up. Any particular reason?
We just need to go.
Laz starts moving north.
Fair enough.
All right, marching order.
First,
She'll be right
I will-
behind Laz.
I will be third.
I'll bring up the rear.
I would say Nan's going to try to get between Dreft and Sarek so that she's not last, as Esmina will allow Nan to take back over.
Laz, I need a survival check.
19 plus 1. Dirty 20.
All right.
Thought that was going to land on 1 for a second, and then it tipped.
Y'all, it's slow going, but you are making it. The terrain currently is about 3 inches of water and about 2 inches of mud beneath. So it is very, very difficult terrain, very slow paced. It will be almost exhausting. The heat, the humidity, the having to fight through this murk and mire. Roll a d6, Laz.
3.
3 hours will pass, and you will come to another small island. This one is 6 by 12. It is a oval, almost like a loaf of bread.
I know we have not proceeded very far, but does anyone need a rest?
This is exhausting.
It would be wise to take at least 15 minutes. Pause.
Pause. Eat something. It will help you regain your strength.
Rika's gonna nod. She's gonna cast Prestidigitation on herself to cool like around neck and shoulders, and she's gonna kind of hold her hands up and be like, "Is anybody else hot? Need?"
It's awful out here.
She'll look over at Nan and also cast Prestidigitation so that right around your neck. I can never say it right. You can laugh at me. I know. The Presta spell, and so that you're cool around your neck and your shoulders. A little help.
That's actually better, thank you.
So that's a good idea. And then Draft will do that same thing. He'll make his coat kind of have a nice little cool effect to it. And we'll hand out everybody's daily ration, making sure that everybody gets their food.
Sarah will eat some of it and then stick the rest of it away.
Hold on to mine until dinner, if you would, please.
Yeah.
By the way, you notice that Laz is not sweating.
Interesting.
So what are you guys doing? Just taking a rest?
We take a 15
And then back into the swamp.
and then continue north.
Brecky will eat some of her rations, but she's kind of pacing a little bit and keeping an eye, while at the same time most of the time she has her hands covered. Most of the time she has either gloves on or her hands are in the sleeve of the robe. But as she's pacing, she is just rubbing her left wrist repeatedly while she's pacing, watching the swamp.
All right. So as you delve back into the swamp, give me another survival check.
Cool. This time. Ooh, that is poor. I am going to use knowledge from the past life. That's much better. To add 5 to that roll, which brings it to an 11.
Roll a d6.
Once again, a 3.
A couple of hours will pass. And as these hours pass, Draft, you will notice that you're no longer going north.
Hey, we're not going north anymore.
Oh. But we have been... I reorient to the north and change tack to press on.
As you travel, the ground becomes more firm. And before long, you see scatterings of ruins, stone, some of it carved eloquently, a beautiful, flourishing knotwork. You will see remnants of small buildings and walls as you travel.
I think we are on the right path.
It seems so.
It's a tragedy. What has happened here?
Yes, at least we're out of that abominable swamp.
I don't mean to ask a dumb question, but does anyone know what we're supposed to do when we get to this well?
No.
We need us heroes that are going to be giving us the box.
And what we do if they're not there?
Then I suppose we wait.
For how long?
We are heroes. We are accustomed to, I guess, a lot of hurry up and wait.
I wouldn't exactly say we're heroes.
We've saved someone, yeah.
We kind of messed things up.
Heroes mess things up all the time.
I don't know about
It's a
heroes.
grace.
This is just a job that needs to be done, so I guess we wait until it's done.
Yes, well, let's get there first. As I say, first ingredient for tiger soup is catch the tiger.
Well, this might be a give me some time to map these ruins.
And the traveling will become less difficult. The ruins will become more plentiful as you can actually begin to use your imagination to see where mighty structures stood. They lead to a point where there is what would have been maybe a small keep. There are bones littered everywhere. Animal bones, humanoid bones, rotting, decaying bodies.
Yeah, this is the right way.
Rather apropos.
Would
Yes,
Bree,
James?
Would Brika recognize anything about the structures or about the bodies left? Are there any markings that she would recognize on any of them?
No.
I feel like maybe we're in the wrong place. Seems to be a lot of death here.
No, I suspect we're in the right place.
You will hear a roaring, hear footsteps pounding. And this is where we're going to take our first break.
Nope, definitely wrong place.
So we're going to take our break. We'll be back in 10 minutes while we get our beverage of choice, our snickety snacks, handle our business. I got to take some extra pain medicine. I'm having a hell of a time tonight. In the interim, make sure that you pay attention to chat. It will give you the instructions on how to enter the giveaway, as we will start the giveaway for the Red Panda Dice and Delight dice that we're giving away. Once again, a big thank you to Stray Cat for providing this.
Thanks, Siri.
And we'll be back. And we're back. Thanks so much for hanging out while we got our snickety snacks, our beverages of choice, and handled things. Before we went to break, the party had traveled into the swamp of Morning Solace, encountered a very creepy fog that tried to put them to sleep, heard drums of something, and lost not only their giant lizards but their guide. They were able, however, to find themselves to someplace, some ruins that look like maybe that's where they belong, when a large troll comes charging towards them. Everybody, please roll initiative. All right. Rika.
That will be a 14.
Drift.
21.
Laz.
17.
Nan.
20.
Sarek.
8.
All right. The large troll charging forward, growling and snarling. A wisp of smoke trailing off of their form as their eyes glow a deep crimson red. Dreft, you're up first.
All right. Dreft is going to take 15 feet of movement, moving to the right of the creature, is going to kind of whisk his hand around and then blow across it as he casts the cantrip Poison Spray. It is a 10 feet range. He needs to make a con saving throw of 14.
That is a 24. They are fine.
Yeah. As my object interact, he is going to pull out from his bag holding his glaive.
All right.
And ready himself, and that is my turn.
All right. That will bring up Nan.
The eyes almost instantly going white as she has almost no time to react as Mina takes over. She's going to step slightly to the side so she's not basically firing into the back of Dreft's head and cast Scorching Ray. So it's going to be 3 separate rays of fire all at the troll. I have to roll for each of them.
Can you move your token since you said you moved?
Oh, Dreft moved out from in front of me, so I guess it's so I'm not hitting Brika in the head. But I'm literally just going to step to the side so I can shoot around her.
All right.
It's a 14 plus 6, so that's an unnatural 20.
That will hit.
So that first one... Oh, and I took Elemental Adept Fire, so if it has any resistance, it's negated by my Elemental Adept. So that's 11 points of fire damage from the first ray.
All right.
Second ray, 18 plus 6. Brain doesn't want to work. 24.
That'll hit.
And that's 9 points of damage from the second ray.
All right.
And the third ray, 17 plus 6, so 23.
That will hit.
And 9 points of damage from the third one.
The scorching rays blasting into the thick hide of the creature. It will howl out in rage and pain as it continues to charge forward, charging into you, Laz. Taking a first a bite at you. That will be 10.
That will miss.
And then swiping with its claws. That is caught. I'm sure an 11 will miss as well.
It will also miss.
All right. That will then bring up Laz.
Okay. I am going to bonus action Hexblade's Curse. Which target a creature I can see within 30 feet. Lasts for 1 minute or until the target dies or I become incapacitated. The cursed target, I get +2 on damage rolls, and I crit on 19 or 20, and I get 9 hit points back when it dies.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Blur on myself. Which
All right.
gives the creature disadvantage to try and hit me again.
The arcane energy blasting through as your form begins to shift and distort. The troll looking somewhat confused. That will bring up Brika.
Okay. Brika is going to move out from behind Laz over here a little to the left. And she is going to cast second level Chaos Bolt.
All right. And what does that do? And is that an attack or a save?
It's an attack. So it's I've got to roll a hit. That's 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And then hold on a second. Oh, come on. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled. Okay, so it's going to be 2d8s and a 1d6, and I choose a number from one of my d8s, and that's going to be if it's what kind of damage.
Okay.
Just a second. Alright, so it's going to be force damage, and that's going to be... Alright, so that is going to be... $11 points of damage. Sorry. I was even having to read it because it was kind of confusing there for a second.
I understand. The sorcerer power pulling forth the energy from you, the chaos bolt blasting out, the force damage slamming into the creature, it will howl in outrage. Is that your turn?
Yes.
And that will bring up Sarek.
Right. Sarek, bring his blade about with his from its sheath. He will run forward or move forward and slot in between Dreft and Laz up against the creature, and then he's gonna breathe in and let out a long bolt of lightning into it. It needs a DC 14 dex save.
That is a failure.
So it takes full damage of 9 points of lightning damage.
The lightning arcing over its form. You can see the eyes glowing even brighter as it snarls, green, nasty, rotting teeth bearing at you. Is that your turn?
That will be his turn, yes.
That'll bring us back to Dreft.
Dreft is going to take 5 feet of his movement to move kind of to the back of the creature. And since he has a 10-foot reach with his glaive, he is going to attack from there. Will a 14 hit?
No, it will not. The glaive bouncing off the thick hide of the creature. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. That will bring up Nan.
Shoot, I was hoping to have everything sorted before my turn because everybody moved.
I didn't move.
Well, you didn't move, but the others did. Shit. Sorry, everyone. She's just gonna move. Sorry, y'all. I try to be prepared before my turn. Looks like I have enough movement. Gonna move up. She's gonna kind of run over toward where Dreft is to give her a clean line of sight on the creature and use another Scorching Ray.
All right.
Again, it'll be 3 bolts of fire. So, 16.
16 hits.
Oh, it does hit. Okay. That's 7 points of damage from the first bolt. Oh, that one's going to miss because I don't think 8 is going to do it.
Nope.
Second bolt misses. That's an 11 plus 6 is 17.
That'll hit.
And that's 6 points of damage. And that'll be Nan's turn.
All right. That'll bring up the troll. Once more, the scorching rays blasting into the thick hide, the creature howling in pain, shaking its head and snarling, its eyes growing brighter. It will once again try to bite Laz. That is a dirty 20.
With disadvantage?
Yes.
That will hit me.
All right. That will be 10 points of piercing damage. It will then swipe at you with its claw. That will miss. Oh, it makes 3 attacks. Okay. Sorry. It swipes at you with its other claw.
No worries.
That's 21
That
with
hits.
disadvantage.
Wow. All right.
$13 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And that will bring up you, Les.
First reaction, Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
That is a DC 15 Dex save for it.
Rolled a dirty 20.
All right. Do I get half on that? The creature must make a dexterity save. It takes half on a failed, so I still roll the damage. 1, 2, 3. So that is 19 and 4 is 23. So that is 11 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Fire damage.
Yep.
For the record. And then I am going to attack with my blade. And that is 10 plus 8, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And that does 1d8 plus 2d6. So that is 10 points of slashing and 7 points of psychic.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 12 points of slashing and 7 points of psychic because I get plus 2 because it's cursed.
Alrighty.
And that will that'll end my turn.
All right. That'll bring up Rika.
Okie doke. We're gonna cast another Chaos Bolt because that went well the first time. That is 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay. Alright, this time it's fire damage. That's for 9 points.
All right.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, hold on one sec. I should have said I'm casting at level 2, so it's actually going to be 11 points.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you specify the levels.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The arcane energy transferring into the chaos bolt, slamming into the creature. It looks hurt. It looks very, very hurt. And that will bring up Sarek.
Hefting is a great sword. He's going to just weigh in with an attack. He's going to it's going to use one of his fighting spirits, so he gets advantage on it. 0.4. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so 36 plus 5, so that's 17 off the top, plus another 5, 22 points slashing.
In two, you cleave it from nuts to neck, both sides falling away and landing on the ground. And bring up
Cool.
Drift.
It's my turn now?
Yeah,
But the creature just got cleaved in two.
yeah, it did.
Could I take a perception check to see what else is around?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
That's a 14.
You don't see anything.
Then I want to use the ready action on the off chance that this thing moves again. I would like to attack it
Alrighty.
with my glaive.
All right. They'll bring up Nan.
Having seen Lazarian be hurt, Nan will move over, eyes still glowing white, lay a hand on his shoulder, and cast Cure Wounds. So that's going to be a 1d8 plus 4. So 8 points of healing for Laz.
Nice, thank you. Hey, Tyr,
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is it dead?
You don't know.
I would know. It's cursed by me. If it dies, I get 9 hit points back from it. I feel that.
No, it's not.
Then Laz says, it's not dead.
And as you were saying that, it's its turn. It rises up. The two halves joining back together. The eyes that were glowing crimson now glowing purple. Saliva dripping from gnarly teeth. Claws reaching, clawing, slamming. It is going after you, Sarek.
Tyr, my action would go off if it moved. I was
Yep,
gonna attack.
and I'm going to resolve that right after it makes its attack. Because they'll be happening at the same time.
I got you. Got you.
Oh, that's bad. $14 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
$7 points of slashing damage. 6 points of slashing damage. All right, go ahead, Drift.
I got a 5.
That will miss. That will bring up Laz.
All right. I had something cheeky planned, but the board has changed on me. You know what? I'm going to take, I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to take a small amount of movement just to one side, lining myself up with Dreft to see if that gives me flanking. And then I'm going to lay into it with the sword again.
All right.
Choose you. 13 plus 8 is
That's enough.
21. Blackjack. That does this many damage again. That is 2 and 6 is 8 plus 2 is 10 points of slashing and 6 points of psychic.
All righty. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, Brika.
We're gonna cast. She's gonna stay put. I'm gonna do. We're casting Tasha's Mind Whip level 2. So that's gonna be a an intelligence saving throw, 14.
What's the area of effect on that?
This is to lash out at a single target. You psychically lash out at one creature you can see within range, and the range is 90 feet.
All right, intelligence saving throw. That's a -2, so 7.
All right, so you're going to take 3d6 of damage, but then on your next move, you either get a move, an action, or a bonus action. So 4, and that will be 12 points of damage.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yes.
The energy crashing out, the creature grabbing its head, howling in pain, shaking back and forth, the drool coating the people standing closest to it.
Yeah.
Sarek.
How rude. And he's gonna swing away with his sword again. Does a 15 hit?
Just hits.
11 points of slashing damage.
All right. Is that your turn?
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind to get 1d10 plus 4 hit points back.
Alrighty.
6.
All right, Draft, you're up.
Dreft is going to use his object interaction to put his glaive away, and then as a bonus action, he's going to say something in Infernal, and a dark blade will manifest into his hand, and he is bonus action casting Shadow Blade. And then using movement is going to close in on the creature, and is going to take a slash with his Shadow Blade.
All right.
Will a dirty 20 hit?
A dirty 20 hits, the Shadow Blade piercing the thick hide of the creature, green blood beginning to pool at the wound as it will howl in outrage.
Right? And it will deal 9 psychic damage.
All right. Is that your turn, Draft?
That'll do it for Dreft.
I'll bring up Nan.
I'm going to use a bonus action to throw a healing word at Sarek, having seen him
Okay.
get hit. So that's going to be 1d4 plus 4 for healing. So it's going to be 5 points of healing for Sarek. And then,
take it.
Tyr, I want to look at the creature. Do the wounds on the creature's body appear to be healing themselves or staying open?
Right now, they're staying open.
But it stuck itself back together, essentially,
Yeah.
when it got up. Okay. That's it. I used my action to make the observation, so.
Okay. So we'll bring up the creature. Spinning on drift.
Remember,
Taking a bite
you only get a move, a reaction,
or an
or-
action.
Okay.
Yeah, it's taking its action.
Okay.
Bitey. Does a 19 hit drift?
A 19 will definitely hit drift.
That is 11 points of piercing damage. Its claw will miss. I don't think a 6 will hit you.
No.
That will hit, though. That is 14 points of damage. Slashing damage. And that will bring up Lazar.
All right. I want to. Yeah, no, fuck it. I'm still gonna hit it with a sword. I'm swinging again.
Okay.
I go stabbity stab. By the way, do I get advantage being drift there?
Yeah.
That is 11 plus 8, 19.
That will hit.
For 12, 14 points of slashing and 6 points of psychic.
All right. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Rika.
Bonus action, I'm going to spend one of my sorcery points to get back a level 2 slot.
Okay.
And then I am going
So
to...
you'll have to do 2 sorcery points for a level 2. It's sorcery points per level.
Okay. Then never mind, because it just said the 1. I must have read it wrong. That's fine. Move on to something
I
else.
may be wrong. I'll double check when we go on break.
No, it's fine. We'll just cast a level 1... Oh no, don't want to do that. Level 1 Chaos Bolt.
All right.
So... Will a 21 hit?
21 hits.
Okay. Alright, so that is going to be acid damage this time for 14 points.
How do you want to do it?
It's just going to... Her Chaos Bolt is going to be in her... Same as her Witch Bolt colors. It's going to be this mass of blue with just a bright green light. It's just going to warble its way and slam right into the center of its chest.
It will howl in despair and fall to its hands and knees. You will see its skin begin to bubble, grotesquely churning as it bursts, the green goo flying over all of you,
Ew.
melting away. You will see a person there on their hands and knees, covered in this green bile, weeping.
Do they look
Right here.
familiar?
They do not.
My dear Yasmina, is this normal for these type of creatures?
I think you guys are saying Yasmina, and her name is Esmina.
As
Sorry. So it took me a second to realize you were talking to me because of that. Sorry. Can you repeat your question?
is this normal for these type of creatures?
I've not seen a creature like this before. It is quite unnatural seeming to me. Does the person kneeling there appear hurt?
No, they are weeping, but they seem intact.
Tyr, did I get hit points back after that?
Yes.
Interesting. Whatever had possessed this poor soul is dead now. I felt it go. I kneel down next to the person.
Blue eyes will meet yours. Long, flowing blonde hair, covered with green bile. Hands will touch your face, Laz, tenderly, and the person will collapse, falling unconscious.
Oh, my. They've been slimed and have passed out.
I believe we've all been slimed.
Yes.
Sarah's going to look around a bit more to make sure nothing else is trying to sneak up and or enter the scene.
Perception check.
And Tyr, can I make a medicine check to make sure they're stable, this person?
Yeah, go ahead.
17.
Everything seems fine.
That is a natural 20 for 21 on my medicine check.
They're stable. They're just unconscious.
They do not seem to be in any peril at the moment. They are just out.
Nan will move over to Dreft, pick up a hand. May I?
Please, by all means, it'd be very nice of you.
She'll lay a hand on Dreft and cast Cure Wounds.
While you cure the wounds, he will kind of wave his hand in front of both of us, doing prestidigitation to clean both of our clothes at the same time.
You get back 8 points.
Hey,
Thank you very
Tyr,
much.
is this person naked or are they clothed?
They're clothed in white robes.
And can we tell race, gender, anything about them?
You can tell it is female.
Well, we should. Dreft, could we have that bedroll that was Jacques?
Oh, yeah, of course. He takes out the bedroll that was in his back for that's Jacques.
And I'll raise her head and put the bedroll under her head. And then I'll pull out my own blanket and put it over her.
Laz, it seems you and dear Draft have this under control. Rika, my dear, shall we look around to make sure nothing else is around?
Sounds like a good idea.
And then we'll kind of push out the perimeter and whatever that green well thing is to just north of us, kind of check that out.
All right, give me investigation checks.
Not bad. 15.
15. What'd you get, Brika?
Dirty 20.
You don't find anything of interest.
Just a bunch of ruins and the already dead bodies and whatnot that was already there.
Yep.
Nothing at that Emerald Well? Or,
No.
all right.
Laz just sits down cross-legged, not moving, with the unconscious woman, and waits.
Esmina, my dear, would creatures and whatnot be apt to bother us here, considering what was here?
I could not say for sure. This is not my homeland. It is a swamp, so The usual swamp creatures are, of course, a concern, but I do not know what else might be here.
I assume it's what, about midday?
Yep.
As we
The woman will begin to stir, wiping the slime from their face, or trying to. There's just such a thick residue of it. It is hard for them to clean themselves.
I'll pull out a piece of cloth and help.
What were you going to say, Brika?
Brecky would have done prestidigitation to help.
You
clean
said it
up.
right.
Yes. Because I wasn't trying that time, so it just came out.
Between the cloth and the prestidigitation, the creature is clean. There, on hands and knees, weeping, a fairy female. Gossamer wings, long blonde hair, deep blue eyes, lithe of stature.
Hello, it is nice to meet you.
I'm free. You have freed me.
Does that mean I get a wish now?
A wish.
She's not a genie.
Forgive
But
my
don't-
friend. His bedside manner lacks something.
But don't you get wishes from fairies?
No.
No.
Then what do you get from fairies?
So, my dear, why were you...
Heritage.
Sarek will turn to the fairy. So, my dear, why were you cursed to be such a thing?
I am the well of the emerald.
Oh. Huh. We were sent to find you then.
Then you are damned.
Oh, most likely. We're already there to begin with. Why are we damned?
Because only those that are sent to catch the well, they come for greed and power. And that greed and power will corrupt and destroy.
We were told we needed to be stronger, but we were just told to come here. We weren't sent for anything particular. We are supposed to meet others. They are supposed to give us something.
You are not here for the power?
No.
No.
We were told to go stronger, as we must defeat a rather fearsome opponent. But our instructions weren't specifically to take anything, just to come
You
find
were
hell.
instructed to come here.
Yes.
What is it that this party is supposed to give you?
A box.
She will pale, turning gray.
Did I
Her
say
eyes will even dim.
wrong?
What box?
It was the box of transmutation, yes?
Yes. Hmm.
Oh, that is a relief.
Oh, you thought we meant the Evernight.
Yes. I thought the Evernight was loosed upon the world.
Oh, no, it
It,
is,
well,
It is.
but we don't have it.
A man by the name of Lucius has it currently.
Her eyes will grow wide.
We are not a comforting party.
And she will begin to speak in a sing-song language that Brika, you will understand.
Will she?
Is it Sylvan?
It is not Sylvan.
Okay.
Because remember we talked about that. Would she really understand all of it?
Yes.
It's not primordial. I don't speak it.
No. She will say the words, the lots are cast, the lots are cast. We're all damned.
What do you mean the lots are cast? What are you talking about?
She will look at you very inquisitively. You understood that?
Yes.
What in the nine hells? Where to begin?
I
Eyes
find the
on
beginning is usually where to start, and when you get to the end, generally one stops.
Do you know the story of Lucius and Vashka?
Briefly, we've been educated a little.
Bits and pieces, not the complete.
You see, long ago, when it was long ago, and this our world was new, there was a fierce goddess who fed on pain, corruption, and damnation. Her name was Vashka. So powerful and terrible did she become that the other deities formed together to put her in prison. And there she stayed for thousands upon thousands of years. What they did not know is that Vashka had a mate, a demigod by the name of Lucius, who patiently waited throughout time and ages, watched civilizations grow and fall, until he was able to free her. There was a group of heroes that saved the world by containing her in the Evernight. But she cursed the lineage and cursed the Evernight. That one day a group would come to free her. One group would free her from her prison. The other group would set her on her throne.
That is not the way we heard the prophecy.
No.
You heard wrong.
Insight
again-
check.
Go ahead.
$16.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Then again, we heard our version of the prophecy from a Glendomerian noble, and I don't have much trust of them.
Who orchestrated our being there in the first place?
Hmm.
The only thing that can permanently seal the Evernight are the 6 stones of the soul.
Which Lucius is after.
Are those the same stones that will open it?
They will not open it. They seal it. You see, they should have been placed there to begin with, but the stones bring with them power. And as you know, power corrupts.
Hmm.
Yes.
So those that were in such a station to do so divided the stones amongst themselves, figuring the Evernight strong enough to hold her.
I see. Well,
So Lucius wants them so they can't be used.
and the power that comes with them.
Hmm.
If he possessed all 6, none could stop him,
In theory.
I assume.
Could he use all 6 to open the box and let her loose?
The box can only be opened beneath the harvest moon when the blood of each ancestor runs free.
And we have to find the ancestors. We have to warn them at some point. We have to find them.
This group that sealed her away. That was, what was his name? Akatosh and Helga and Fred? And
Yes.
yes.
And Flinch and Rizark.
Pardon me a moment. And Laz looks down at their hand at the ring. Do you have children?
Yes.
Oh. I suppose we need to find them then. Protect them. Or at least get them word.
I must ask because I do not fully understand. When you say when the blood of the ancestors runs free, do you mean when their blood is spilled?
Yes.
And to further press that point, which ancestors?
Well, it would have to be an ancestor from each one
Each one who?
of the heroes.
Yes.
Okay. Just
So the descendants of the
explicitly say
heroes must be gathered by Lucius and bled under a harvest moon. Does this prophecy say where this must take place?
It does not.
So that gives him an advantage. He can do it wherever. When is the harvest moon, though? I look at Dreft, who seems to know which way north is and therefore seems to know something about the sky.
Would I know?
The harvest moon was just a few days ago.
Oh,
So you have a year.
assuming he hasn't opened it already.
I think we would know if he had opened it already.
Yeah. We have a fun year, it would seem. It seems Harvest Moon was just a few days ago, actually.
Draft. You feel something warm in your pocket.
He'll feel his pocket.
Are you sticking your hand in your pocket or just feeling it on the
He's just
outside?
feeling it on the outside.
There is an object there that is warm. You can feel it through the clothing.
He'll kind of very subtly, while everybody's not really paying attention to him, put his hand in his pocket to look.
Something smooth, multi-sided.
I stealthily check it.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
13.
You attempt to sneakily pull it out. As soon as it exits your pocket, an image appears amongst all of you. Hold on. Siri decided to play something. That was weird.
No, Siri's just supposed to make dice. To give away in the chat? No? Okay.
All right. It is Lady Bianca.
Ah.
If you are receiving this message, you found the Well of Emerald. Forgive me for my deceptions, but there are many eyes upon me. This will be the last communication we have. Your goal in this is not to find anything within the well, but to find the well and hear the truth that they have to say. We do not know where the stones of power lie. We have had fakes in the Weirsif for decades, as they have been gone for quite some time. the other party you meet, amongst all of you, you share one thing in common. You have greatness before you. You were chosen because you are the ones outside the societal norm. You are the ones that will not give in to greed and temptation. You are the ones that will not fall prey to Lucius's lies and Vashka's manipulations. Again, forgive the deception. Your journey officially starts now. And it will take you across Gwyneth Kesha, across the heavens, across the vastness of night, even among the stars. If your courage holds and you see this quest through. If you abandon it, then you abandon all of us. Some of you carry the blood of those that came before. Some of you carry the blood of those that trapped Vashka. Regardless, there is debt to be paid. And the image will fade.
Hmm.
It amuses me. She says we will not fall prey to Lucius's deception. Yet we already have, and she herself has deceived us. It seems we are quite good at falling prey to deception.
Yes. However, Lucius's deception is based on our on our general decency and our willingness to help those who are in a worse predicament than us. He played on our basic decency as people. I'd rather be played for that type of fool than one who is suspicious of everything.
Or they just gave us no other choice.
So, Vel of the Emerald, tell us this terrible truth.
I believe they already have.
Says,
I
that's
have
it.
something for you, Shadow Walker. She will take your hands, Dreft, in hers. There is a warmth there that seems to touch the very core, something unlike Dreft has ever felt in his wildest dreams. When the hands move away, you will be found with a pendant, a locket. 3 concentric circles vertically, 3 concentric circles horizontally, and in the center, a blue stone. It is a star compass. You will know when to use it.
Okay. Thank you, Well of the Emerald.
My time draws near. When the box of transmutation appears, you will need 6 vials of Hytherium. Pour them down the well, and your path will be laid before you.
Sarek points that well over there.
Yes.
Very good. Do
Well,
you have anything else for us then?
This piece of advice: trust your own counsel. Trust those here amongst you. For deception and lies is the way of man. And they will break, they will devour, they will gnash, and they will gnaw. For power corrupts. And there are some that corrupt absolutely. That will see you dead.
we thank you. And we are sorry for what happened to you before, but we are happy you are free now.
She will kneel, lower her head, and turn to stone.
It always... the stories always said that the Fae were dramatic. I think I should have been expecting that. I was not.
Death is simply a part of the balance. Am I needed?
I think we will be okay for a while. Izzy.
Esmina will close her eyes, opening them up, revealing that they are brown again. Well, that's just fucking great, isn't it?
At least we have a clear idea of what we are needed for now.
They could have just told us that to start with instead of running us around in circles.
They have to get stronger.
As they say, there are 3 methods by which we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is most bittersweet. I'm trying to step back and just kind of sit back and start looking around and see what else is going to happen.
I need everybody but Rika to earmuff.
2 earmuffs in 1 session? Oh my goodness.
As the creature turns to stone, you will hear a voice in your head. Be not ashamed. Hide not thyself. Stand tall, for you are counted among those that will do great things.
What about those that hunt me?
There is no reply. I'll bring everybody back now.
Yep.
So we are to wait then for this other group.
That's how it seems.
Rather dismal place.
Yeah.
Perhaps
well.
there are secrets here we could learn while we wait.
Nan will just get out her map case and her cartography tools and start doing what she does.
At this point, I think Sarah's going to pull out his own little tattered ramshackle notebook and just kind of sit up against the column and start doing some of his own writing for a little bit.
Laz takes out from beneath the armor a small locket and opens it and just stares at it for a while.
Reft is reading Akatosh's journal that he got from inside Keep Gagarian.
Brika's just sitting, staring off, kind of, she's zoned out. Not really trance but it's just a zone out. While she continues to kind of scratch at her left wrist.
We all sit and wait till evening and then start a fire and set camp, I guess. I think
at some point, after taking a short rest here, Laz is going to get up and wander around the ruins looking for any writing or anything of interest within the ruins themselves.
Give me an investigation check.
After finishing Akatosh's book, he'll move on to Tristan Stormcaller's book.
Investigation is +3. That's a 19.
It just runs. Nothing untoward or anything eye-catching.
Before he wanders off, Laz, remember the last time we went playing around the ruins? Do be careful.
Yes.
As you begin to read Tristan Stormcaller's book, it will outline how they were one of the greatest mages of their time and how they met a group of would-be heroes that were trying to save the world. It will talk about how they've created the Evernight, the strongest magical prison, and created 6 locks. That the locks were given to the heads of Iron Sage and Glandamir, and the box given to the heroes of Sword of Hope. The last page will recount how Tristan is on their deathbed and will never know if their Evernight was successful.
Oh, so that's bleak. He'll put the book back into it. He will look for the violin that was also from Billy. It was a violin, I believe, and the necklace that said Helga.
To your surprise, you will find both of them.
Hell yeah. He'll just inspect the violin.
It is just a violin. A violin that should not be, for that was just a dream. Or was it? And there's where we're going to pause for the evening, as I have to get ready and go to work here shortly. This is a good place to pause. All right, let's go ahead and see who won our raffle. Exhausthead, you won the raffle. Congratulations. Send an email to tier@willthedice.com. I will put it in chat. That way I can send you pictures of the dice that's left. And you can pick which ones you want. So congratulations. They'll be coming from Red Panda Dice and Delights. Woot woot.
Yay.
So everything should be clear as mud now for you guys.
As usual.
Perfectly clear.
I hope you at least had a good time tonight. I know shit's obscure and shit keeps contradicting itself. It's on purpose, I promise.
Yeah, we know it's on purpose.
If it were a straight path, we wouldn't be having as much fun.
I want to say thank you to everyone that stopped in to visit. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. And let's go ahead and remind people who we are, where they can find us, and let's get the hell out of here.
Greetings, Garamers. Again, this is Raph the Mad, he, him, hanging out with Sarek the Blade. Also, he, him, our Dragonborn philosopher, who is now highly confused about what's been going on and just is going to sit and contemplate life for a while. So thanks for kicking it with us. You can find me at BFK Dragon 13,000 on Twitter.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I was the voice of Nan and Esmina tonight. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi gamers, I'm still Lot Clark, and tonight I have played Lazarian. I am a he, him, they are they, them. And you can find me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter pages at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick. I'm a he, they, and I was playing tonight Dref Vitakin, a he, him, and you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
Hi guys, this is Ames. I was the voice of Rika. We're both she, her, and you can find me over on Twitter at LollyG50.
Tira the DM, the world's okayest DM, and you can find me on Twitter at Tira_the_DM. Guys, I just want to say thank you once more for playing at my table. I hope you're having fun. I know it's convoluted. It's meant to be. It will all become clear. I want to say thank you to everyone once again for joining in, for tuning in, and putting up with our shenanigans. I also want to remind you guys that right now things can get dark and times can get tough. You may be going through the shit, but you're not alone. Remember that love and inclusion, these are the torches that light a path to a better tomorrow. Come join us and be torchbearers. And remember, until next time, live a life to make yourself proud. We love you guys.